Welcome back, everyone. I am the Prestior, and this is Arkham Horror the Card Game. We're doing Path of Carcosa, and this is Curtain Call. Let's get started. The Strange Quantum Shards. We already read this part. Let's go to this. You awaken with a start. As though shaken by an unseen force, there are only a few patrons in the audience and no performers on stage. The lights are dimmed, and the stage curtains are tattered and ripped. A foul but unrecognizable smell permeates the air. You're back in the Ward Theater, where it all began. Is this an artifact of your memory, or have you been dreaming this entire time? Shaking off your drowsiness, you call out into the air for K2PS187. To your relief and slight disappointment, the digitalized voices respond in confirmation that the procedure behaved as planned. You have arrived inside of your own mind. All right, so there's a few options for this one. You can use the Return To version of some of the encounter cards. I'm not going to. I generally don't like the Return To versions of a lot of the earlier campaigns. So we're just going to stick with the base. But yeah, you'll get these things and all that nonsense. So we'll go ahead and put this in here. All right, I believe we start at the... there is a benefit for doing the Return To. You do get a tally mark on your memories, which isn't terrible. I don't remember how any of these things work. Oh yeah, there's like no way to actually get rid of them. It literally just does damage to you. Yeah, that's why I don't like them. They just stay on you until you inevitably fail to do whatever action it wants you to do, and then murders you. We are going to this with a -3 token now. We have 3 Elder Things, and we're going to be starting at the theater. Again, must have been one hell of an intermission. Sounds familiar. Okay, we'll shuffle the encounter deck, and there are 3 agendas. The third act, the theater is eerily silent. The old wooden floor creaks beneath your feet, and a light rain gently patters on the roof. As you explore the auditorium, there are rotting corpses among the seats, and the rest of the crowd has vanished. Reaction: when you would take any amount of horror, you may cross out 1 tally mark from your memories instead. 4, doomed to advance. And then there are 3 acts. Awakening: you pinch yourself to see if you're dreaming, and sure enough, your skin does not sting. However strange it may be, delving into your own mind is the only way to learn the truth of the matter. As an additional cost to enter backstage, investigators in the theater must spend 4 clues as a group. After an investigator reveals the backstage, advance. Okay, so we can't enter backstage right now, which is the set is different from what you remember of the play's first act, decorated with a backdrop of an unsettling sunset. All right, tokens. Skull is -X, where X is half your memories rounded down. So that is 4 for Diana and 2 for Jenny. Cultist is -X, where X is the number of hidden cards in your hand, so right now 0. We do not have tablets, but if we did have them, you would reveal another token and double that token's modifier. And then Elder Thing is -4, and if you may choose to cross out a tally mark next to your investigator's memories to automatically succeed instead. All right. So yeah, the modifiers have definitely gone up a little bit. Let me go ahead and put a break here and be right back. And we're back. So we're going to be starting with 6 cards in our hand because of Introspection 1 and as well and an additional resource. Wolf Masks. You know what? We'll go ahead and start with the Twilight Blade. I'm okay with that. Not that or that. 2, 3. Okay, you know what? That is a starting hand. All right, and over here, of course, we have another dollar on top of the other stuff. Deal to orange. Okay. Red Clock and Gold Pocket Watch right off the bat, along with a Honed Instinct. Say less. All right. Yeah, at this point, I don't care about Great Man Medallion. We have like 40 XP already. We're good. All right. I mean, red clock alone is good, and as is the gold pocket watch. All right, investigation phase. Let's begin. So we need to get 4 clues and then go to the backstage. And it has to be, and you have to have the clues in the theater. Investigators have to be in the theater to spend the clues. To say that the theater is in disarray would be a profound understatement. The walls and seats, previously polished to a shine, are cracked and caked with dirt. The curtains are tattered, and the set is stained with old blood. You aren't sure what's worse, the smell of rot or the nagging feeling that you've been asleep for a very long time. All right, so we have 6 resources, so that's enough for me to go boom, boom, boom. All right. That is it for Diana. So far, there's no scanning that I know of. All right, over here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to spin 2 to get out the red clock. And since I played an asset, I can go ahead and play this Honed Instinct for free and get 2 actions. And then I'm going to immediately take those 2 actions. I'll spin 2 to get out gold pocket watch. I'll go ahead and do easy mark, gain 2 resources, and draw a card. I'll fast out a magnifying glass. This gets removed from the game. And it's time to get moving. Lobby. Through the tall glass doors leading into the lobby, you see that this room isn't nearly as dilapidated as the auditorium. Signs promoting the King in Yellow taunt you from inside. All right, 4 shroud, 1 clue. Double action to draw 3 cards. When the lobby is revealed, put 2 of the set-aside lobby doorway locations into play at random. The wide doors that led to the streets of Arkham are somehow gone, as if they were never there. So, lobby doorway locations. So we grab 2 of these at random. Both of these have the same thing, and an ornate wooden door leads into one of the front areas of the theater. All right, so I can investigate 4 to 4 here if I really want to, but I don't think I want to. Let's go take care of the balcony and get ourselves over there first. A carpeted staircase leads up into the balcony. Somehow a hot draft is blowing down through the steep passageway. Force FG, perform a move action during which you move from the balcony to the theater. You take 2 damage. To your disappointment, the balcony sections are much like the ground floor below, although every now and then you think you spot a figure moving silently in the aisles. Victory 1, 2 shroud, 2 clues. All right, that is everybody. Enemy face, nothing. Upkeep. And upkeep. Another Honed Instinct. All right. We are going to skip the Mythos phase by removing Gold Pocket Watch from the game, so we don't get any Doom or any Mythos cards right now. Investigation phase. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start with Jenny. I'll add one of these. So I have +4 to my skill check, so I'll go 8 to 2 on this thing. All right, 9 to 2, I pass. I get a clue. And I pass by a ton, so I'll go ahead and do Honed Instinct for free and get 2 more actions. I will investigate 4 to 2 and get the other clue. And then I'm going to move down. Actually, I am not going to move down. Instead, I'm going to draw a card. And then I'm going to draw a card. Oh, actually, sorry, I got a better idea. I'm going to move down and then double action to draw 3 cards. So I'll draw 3 cards in total. Actually, I guess that doesn't really make a difference, does it? I still get to draw 3 cards, and it's still going to do what I need to do. So yeah, I'll just do 3 cards in place. Boom, boom, and boom. Perfect. This gets removed from the game. Thank you for the extra 4 actions so far. Diana. Let's go ahead and first action spend 1 to get out a backpack. We'll search top 12 and see what we got going on here. 45 automatic, survival knife, and a backpack. Could be better, could be worse. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle that, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and just, I'm going to gain a resource and then put out, and then fast out a spectral shield. Get that up and running. Wait, hold on a second. So I did backpack, resource, fast out spectral shield, and then I'll just fast out a sacred oath. So gain 2 resources and then fast play those 2 cards. All right. Enemy phase, nothing. Upkeep. Now I get it. All right. Upkeep. Elusive. Great. Mythos. First Doom. Our first hidden card. Dark Reflections. Malingler. After you reshuffle your deck because there are no cards in it, discard this card and take 3 horror. At the start of the investigation phase, choose an investigator to lose 2 actions and draw the top card of the encounter deck. Discard Dark Reflections, Malingler. I can't avoid this. So I have it. Alright. Daemon of Nis, Devourer of Memories. Prey, most memories only. Abomination monster, 3 combat, 4 health, 2 evade. Human hunter alert. When Daemon of Nis attacks you, cross out 1 tally mark next to your memories. Hits for 1 damage. The Daemon of the Valley knows not why its waters are red, nor whither they are bound. So it's the key word here is only. Since it says only, it is not going to be engaged with me, because Jenny doesn't have the most memories. Alright, so I do need to get Diana away from here, because I can't prevent that. Preventing the damage does not prevent the effects of the attack. So with that in mind, we're just going to move twice over to here to this room and see what's there. Okay, nothing here. You can steal stuff from the box office here. Raindrops pelt your clothing as you step into the box office. It takes you a moment before you remember you purchased your ticket indoors, and you realize it is somehow raining through the roof of the hall. All right, with my last action, I am going to go ahead and just play an emergency cache to get 3 resources, and then that'll be it. Jenny, I'm going to go ahead and place a charge on this thing and get to move 3 times. And I'll use that to get all the way down to this lobby doorway. 5 Shroud, 2 clues. Action investigate, you can get +3 book for this investigate, and then after this test ends, discard each card in your hand. This green room is supposed to be a relaxing lounge for tense performers, but you imagine that anyone trying to find a moment's rest in this cluttered pigsty would come up shortchanged. Okay, so if we get the clues off of this, we'll have enough clues to get to the backstage. Alright, so actions. Let's go ahead and spend 4 to get out Dr. Milan. And then I'm going to play a True Awakening to get a clue and draw 2 cards. Self-centered is fine. And then, so I can go, 5 to 5 here? I can commit if I need to. I'll investigate. I will spend 2 resources. This will put me to 8 to 5. Half my memories is only -2, so I do pass. I get a resource from Dr. Milan and get the clue. Alright, so far so good. Enemy phase, this is going to move down. Upkeep. Did I shuffle? Oh yeah, I definitely shuffled. Because I took out backpack much earlier. And you handle this one. Alright, Mythos. Second Doom. Another one of these. Sycophant. After you reshuffle your deck, it'll do 3 damage. Choose and investigate your location to spend 4 resources to discard this. Alright, one after the other here. Is this the one when you would successfully evade an enemy at your location? I'll hold on to this one, that's fine. Alright, investigation phase. Alright, I'll start with Jenny. We will place one of these and get 2 extra actions, and we're going to have to use them. So we're going to move over. Again, this doesn't automatically engage, which is actually kind of annoying. I'm going to go ahead and use this opportunity to engage it. And then I'm going to try to evade it using Bum Rush. So this puts us at 7-2. So good luck, 7-2. Alright, we pass by a bunch, so not only do we evade it, we also do 1 damage. Alright. And then I'm going to move twice to here and see what backstage has for us. We'll spend all 4 clues. Three Shroud, 1 clue. When it's revealed, put the 2 set-aside backstage doorway locations in play at random. And then while you're here, Hidden Treacheries do count as 3 cards instead of 1. Which is a little unfortunate. Because that means my hand is full right now. Alright, we do advance. The Stranger. Furthest location from all investigators, aloof hunter. At the start of the turn, if you are at the stranger's location or a connecting location, resolve the forced effect of each hidden card in your hand, ignoring the conditions. Okay. That will hurt, but that will also... Yeah, okay, it's really dangerous for the Covenant. Or the Reminiscence, rather. Because that will force it to be in the victory display. But it says furthest from all investigators. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So all of these kind of end up being the same distance. Not much I can do about most of it, too. Alright, well, we'll put you up here for now. Aloof Hunter, 3 fight, 6 health, 3 evade. The Man in the Pallid Mask, a man in an elegant black suit, awaits you in the halls behind the stage, his face covered by a pale mask. You instantly recognize the actor who played the role of the Stranger, one of the characters from The King in Yellow. He turns and disappears through an open doorway, as if taunting you to follow. Reaction: after you successfully investigate or discover clues at the Stranger's location, you can deal 2 damage to it, limit once per turn. Okay. So it's actually not too bad. Alright, that is it for Jenny. So nothing I can do about that. Yeah, this thing's going to pump me full of a lot of damage, and there's not really much I can do about it. We'll just have to make do. Alright, let's... He also has Hunter. Oh, actually, yeah, he has Hunter, so that's actually super annoying. Oh, it's at the end of your turn. Okay, gotcha. So if I stay here, I would actually be okay for a round, but that's not really that helpful. All right, Diana's going to go ahead and move up. I will spend 2 to get out a survival knife. I mean, my other option is I do space artillery. Cool, that would be so cool. We can get space artillery out. So you know what? Let's just stay here. And I'm going to get out space artillery because this is fun. Because that seems like a fun thing to do. So I can use this to just blast everything. That's 6 health. Okay. Yeah, with 2 blasts, I can kill this thing with just space artillery. I'll still get hit by this nonsense, but there's not much I can do about that. Okay. So yeah, with that in mind, for my last action, I'm going to draw a card. Okay, Word of Protection. I can work with that. Okay. So yeah, that will be the plan. Hold on a second. Wait, what actions did I do? Yeah, let me see what actions I did, because I think I messed up. Okay, that's what I made a mistake on. I decided to not move. So standing still, spend 4, get out space artillery, and then 2 actions. I'm going to go ahead and use space artillery. I choose a location, spend a supply, and then deal 3 damage to each enemy investigator at that location and connecting location. I'm going to pick the balcony. That will kill the Daemon of Nis, putting it in the victory display, and then 3 damage to this guy. Nothing says redeem cultist like giant space cannon. All right, sorry about all the mistakes. Enemy phase. This guy, I can have him move anywhere. Really, I'll have him move down here. Yeah, sure, that works. And then upkeep. So that'll get me my Ward of Protection. Upkeep. All right, I have 1 extra card in my hand because of the Covenant here. Let's get rid of the elusive. All right, Mythos phase. 3rd Doom. Oh my god, can you please stop? Cannot commit skill cards to skill test. Okay. Discard the top X cards of your deck. X is your memories. Draw each weakness discarded by this effect. If no weaknesses were drawn, take 1 horror. It is what you haven't done that will torment you. Am I okay with discarding the top 5 cards of my deck at this point? Yes, I'm okay with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? That wasn't bad. If no weaknesses were drawn, take 1 horror, which I will take. Yeah, to be honest, we've gotten pretty much all the good stuff. And those were things I either already have out or don't have any intention of playing. All right, cool. Investigation phase. Let's start with Diana. I'm going to spend... After it is defeated, you advance. So if I do that now, pretty sure bad things are going to happen. I'm going to start with Jenny. I'm going to go ahead and get the resources off this. I'm then going to go ahead and move down to here. Did I find the trap room? Yeah. Okay. Clearly nobody has cleaned out the prop area beneath the stage in months. We get to search for a rat. Which they do exist. So I get engaged by a rat, which I will proceed to hit 7 to 1. I succeed by a billion. Kill this thing. And I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to get out Stylish Coat. All right. Meanwhile, over here, I am going to go ahead and spend 2 to do Survival Knife. And then I'm going to double action pop the last supply off this thing. And I'll pick the balcony again because it does connect to the theater and blow them up. So that'll do another 3 damage. No mask, no mask. As you face off the stranger, you get the sense that he is grinning beneath his pale, faceless mask. Where is Fragment, you ask, but he does not respond. Who are you? He remains silent, but brings his gloved hand up and slowly removes his mask, revealing a mirror image of yourself. Who are you? The doppelganger asks threateningly. You step back in shock, and your other self steps back in accordance. You point towards it, and it responds in kind. The stranger appears to mimic your every move. Put a copy of the set aside your other self into play in each investigator's threat area. Check your campaign log. If you've uncovered the cultist's inhuman methods, each investigator may choose one. Okay, so we'll do your other self. So we each get one of these. Cannot be disengaged, but can be exhausted. All right, so these guys. Cannot be disengaged. Your other health, fight, health, and evade values are equal to the engaged investigator's base, combat, health, and evade values. When you deal damage to your other self, if it is ready, the engaged investigator also takes that amount of damage. You may spend 1 clue to cancel that damage. All right. So Diana's has 7 health, 3 fight, and 3 evade. And then Jenny's has 8 health with 3 fight and 3 evade. All right. And then we get to choose here. Gain a clue from the token bank and heal up to 2 damage and 2 horror, or add a tally mark next to their memories. For Jenny, I am going to go ahead and heal the 2 damage and horror and take a clue. And then for Diana, I'm just going to go ahead and get the memory. Bring her up to 9. All right. Unmasked. This is the final act. Unmasked. It is finally time to face your past. You must overcome the cultists within you to uncover the whereabouts of Tisilda's palace. When an investigator is defeated, if there's a copy of your other self in their threat area, that copy is defeated as well. If there are no copies of yourself in play and at least one investigator is undefeated, you advance. So yeah, the ways to avoid getting hurt here, of course, is you can either spend a clue or you can just find a way to exhaust this guy, which isn't the end of the world. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, this is that was my last action, so I am going to get smacked around a bit. They only hit for 1 horror, though, so that's not too bad. All right, enemy phase. Each of us is going to get punched for 1 horror. So Jenny's going to go ahead and just take hers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about you've had worse yet. Okay. And then Diana is going to first do Survival Knife. We'll go 5 to 3. We'll go 7 to 3 with Wolf Mask. Glad I did that, because I do hit. So I'll do 2 damage to this guy, which is going to reflect and do 2 damage back at me, which I'll have Spectral Shield Soak. So I'll take 1 damage and gain a resource and draw a card. And then I'm going to take the horror from this guy and soak it with the virtual access key. Now, one thing I'm a little uncertain about is when does this guy exhaust? Because if that's the case, yeah, I need to see when the monster exhausts. So give me a moment. Okay, so it says it here. It's after the everything's resolved. So yeah, the knife will still hurt myself. Okay, upkeep. That vicious blow will be nice. And then over here, Honed Instinct. Actually, that's going to be good timing. All right, we advance. Personal fears. It doesn't surprise you to hear the voices of your distant friends, family members hum throughout the theater. Flashes of your childhood and dreams glimmer between the crumbling walls of the theater. Although your simulated mindscape contains all of your dear memories, it will also shelter your shortcomings and failures. All of your past enemies, accidents, and regrets blare sonorously from all around you. Each investigator may search their deck and discard a pile for a player card and draw it. Each investigator may search their deck and discard a pile for search their deck and discard a pile for a weakness and draw it. All right. So unfortunately, I have only one weakness I can grab, which is going to be this guy. And we can put him, I don't know, all the way over here, I guess. And then as for what I'm going to search for, Goose would be nice. Either Geas, Ace in the Hole, Backstab would be interesting. Yeah, we'll grab Geas. As much as I would love to grab Ace in the Hole, I think this will be more useful. And then as for you, the weakness I'll grab is I'm going to go ahead and grab Terrible Secret, and I'll take one horror, which I'll soak with the virtual access key. And then as for what else I'll grab here, I'm just wondering. What other card I want to grab for this. We can do Deny Existence. I think that'll be the play. Okay. All that's resolved. A nightmare. Your mind is unraveling every thread of the past you remember into the virtual dreamscape of War Theater. You're slowly drifting into insanity. Reaction: when you take horror, you can tally off memories instead. 5 doom to advance. Okay. I can't commit skill cards. I do need to get bad cards. Bad card. Oh boy. Oh, it's this one. I have to get clues, which is going to be difficult. Okay. Good times. Over here, forbidding promises, terror, discard the... So it was a pact, right? Oh, actually, before we do any of that, I am going to go ahead and do a... as long as it's a non-weakness, I can do this. So I am going to go ahead and cancel it with this and put it in my basement. So I don't have to deal with this. I was hoping to have my other Sacred Oaths first, but this still works. Yeah, Pact Terror, right? And that is a pact. Cool. Yep, I will do that. Get my willpower, get my resource, get my card. Thank you. Anyway, back to this. Discard the top X cards of your deck. X is your memories. For each copy of a card in your hand that you discarded, discard that card from your hand. If no copies were discarded, take 1 horror. Promises are bound to be broken. You don't say. All right. So I have 5 memories. Yeah, 5 memories with Jenny here. So yeah, 5 cards. Not a thing I can do. Oh, actually, I can do you handle this one. If I did that now, no, I think I'm okay with this. You know what? I'll take it. I've already popped my ability already with Diana. Okay, so let's discard top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so for each copy of a card in your hand that you discarded, discard that card from your hand. So I do discard Intel Report and all of these. Like so. I did forget to do a Honed Instinct, but that's okay. We'll make do. Alright, so losing Intel Report sucks. But not much else I can do about it. Alright, investigation phase. I'll go ahead and place this, and I'll take my 2 free movement. Or I can just take the clues. Yeah, I think I just have to stay here. Alright, so we need to evade this your other self. I'm going to spend 2 to get +2 with Streetwise. So this will be 6 to 3. Okay, we pass by 2. Okay. Oh, actually, he stays with me. He just exhausts. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to get out Geas. I will not commit cards. Then I'll do Honed Instinct. I will investigate this location, 6 to 3. And 6 to 3. Okay. I'll get me 2 clues. This is going to get removed from the game. And then for my last action, I'm going to go ahead and just move up. I'm not going to be able to get rid of this sacrificial beast anytime soon. So I'm going to try to evade 4 to 3. We'll spend 2 to go 7 to 3. I pass, I'll discard this and take 1 horror, which I'll just kill off the Stylish Coat. And then that'll be it. Alright, Diana, I know you're a little busy. Things have gotten rather crowded. When an encounter card or an enemy attack. Okay, so the reflection is not going to... I can't soak it that way. But I can still soak it other ways. So if I can just exhaust this thing somehow, my life would be a little bit easier. But I can't commit cards because this is in my hand. I can go 5 to 3 with Wolf Mask and hope for the best. So let's give that a shot. 5 to 3. I mean, it's not going to really save me, is it? So if I hit him 3 times, so if I hit this thing 3 times right now, and then hit it one more time with the counterattack, I can finish it off. And then my life might be back to normalcy. Alright, we'll spend 1 to get out of Spectral Shield. I'm also going to do Twilight Blade here. Oh, I can replay this to get out Sacred Oath. Alright, so cool, we're good on that front. God, Sacred Oath is actually really good on Diana. Holy cow, I just realized that. So that's going to go back down. Alright. It's just unfortunate that I don't have a lot of options here that I can make happen. Alright, we're just going to start stabbing. Well, actually, every time I stab with this, it's going to be a problem. Alright, let's try evading. That'll at least buy me some time. Okay, yeah, I'll do a Wolf Mask evade 5 to 3. And we'll hope we can get something done. Alright, we do pass, we do evade it. And if I can, I mean, the Vicious Blow would help a little. Yeah, the problem is I just don't have a lot of options to avoid a lot of this. I'm really kind of at the mercy of a lot of things at the moment. So what I can do is just stab and hope for the best. I'll end up having to discard 2 cards, which will probably be my Enchanted Blade. Or I spend 2 actions just to get rid of this card. I'm going to get rid of this card. It really is kind of a pain. That'll at least give me some more options in the future. Alright, that is everyone. Sacrificial Beast is hanging out. Enemies aren't going to attack us because they're exhausted. Upkeep. Okay. When you're dealt. Okay, this is a keeper. That there is a keeper. Okay, we can make that work. We'll discard Enchanted Blade. Alright, so good. There is an option that'll let me negate the damage that's going to get reflected back into my face. Alright, I will not gain that extra resource. I do have Ace in the Hole. Thank you. Mythos, First Doom. Let's go. Haunting Past. Oh boy. Search the encounter deck for the topmost hidden card and draw it. I'm going to spend 2 and Dark Insight that. And not deal with it right now. And then over here, I don't have 3 horror on me, so good to go on that, but it does surge. Secretly move a hidden card from your hand to another investigator hand if possible. I don't have any hidden cards, so it surges. Delusional Madness. That is a... I like the guy that's falling down the elevator. Alright. Again, this thing. It's just going to be my top 3 cards. I don't think I have any weaknesses left to discard. So I'll take 1 horror. Alright, getting little by little from those effects. Alright, investigation phase. Okay. I am down a resource. But I can make up for that. Okay, this is what we'll do. Let's start with Diana. Yeah, I'll start with Diana. So first things first, I want to try to stab this guy 5 to 3. With my knife. Alright, auto-fail, 5 to 3 again. We succeed, we'll do 1 damage, and then I'll take a damage which gets soaked by Spectral Shield. I will put it in the basement. Gain a resource, draw a card. Okay. Okay, so I do have the means to win this now, assuming I don't draw another auto-fail. If I were to stab now... Alright, well, either way, I'm going to spend 2 to get out Delay the Inevitable. And I'll go ahead and... I think I'm going to pass my last action. Yeah, that is probably going to be the case. I'm going to pass my last action. Because I should be able to do... Actually, no, I will stab 1 more time. We'll go 5 to 3. I succeed, do 1 damage, and then I'll take 1 damage. I'm not going to activate Delay the Inevitable yet. Alright. Because I don't know if Vicious Blow is going to roll high enough. Alright, over here, Jenny, I'm going to go ahead and place this and get 2 additional actions. And we'll get to work here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to evade this thing. 4 to 3. I'll spend 2 to go 7 to 3. I succeed. You're now evaded. I'm then going to move twice. Check out this location. Okay, so that's all that's over here. Great. All right. My last 2 actions then, I'm just going to haul ass. Like that. Okay. Enemy phase. I'm going to get attacked. I'm going to go ahead and do Survival Knife. This will put me at 5 to 3. I'll commit Vicious Blow to go 7 to 3. This is our chance. We succeed by a lot. We're going to do enough to kill this thing. I will use Delay the Inevitable to cancel all damage. And then put it in my basement. This is a new phase. This is enemy phase. Gain a resource, draw a card. And this guy will get put in the victory display. Okay. That's 1 down. This guy won't attack. Upkeep. I do need a discard, unfortunately. We'll discard an Overpower. Not sure what these Dark Reflections are going to do to me, but I'm terrified. Alright, let's upkeep. I'm not going to get the extra resource. I also will take 1 Horror, which I'm going to go ahead and just have Dr. Milan take. Because we don't really need the book checks here. All right. So with that, we'll go to Mythos. Give me a second. All right, second Doom. We're making really good pace. All right. Haunted Past. I am 5 to 9. I don't really have too many ways to deal with this. I don't want to deal with another hidden card. Yeah, there's definitely going to be another Reminiscence in there. Then again, I do have the means to stop it. Yeah, they're packs. I can just draw it, right? Yeah, sure, why not? 9 to whatever. Yeah, 9 to 5. Or sorry, 5 to 9, rather. Okay, we fail. Search the encounter deck for the topmost hidden card and draw it. Perspective Switch. After you discard a hidden card from your hand, discard Perspective Switch, disengage from all enemies, and move to the revealed location farthest from your current location. Okay. So that happened. And then over here, Dark Reflections. After you reshuffle your deck, because there are no cards in it, you'll take 3 damage. And you can choose to discard 3 cards to get rid of it. Well, joke's on you, I just reshuffled my deck, which only has 18 cards left in it, by the way. Alright, investigation phase. So at this point, we just kind of need to murder things. And that's kind of it. So yeah, with that in mind, I can use Sacrificial Beast. Well, I can't kill Sacrificial Beast, that's the problem. So I won't be able to get the resources off this thing. But we can just try to kill our other self as quickly as possible. Alright, so we're going to take the things off of this, but I'm just going to remove it this way so I don't put the resources down. And then we'll place that. I will go ahead and evade this thing. Go 8 to 3. Alright, he is now evaded. And then I'm just going to go 4 to 3. Failed. 4 to 3. I'm going to go ahead and do Ace in the Hole. 4 to 3. 1 damage. 4 to 3. I have 1 hidden card in my hand, so I still hit for 1 damage, and 1 more. 1 damage. Alright, could have been worse. Okay. So yeah, evaded, missed twice, hit 3 times. So it has 5 health left because it's equal to my stuff. And this thing is currently exhausted, so I can wail on it all I want. Okay, Diana is going to go ahead and move around to here. And we're going to go ahead and stab this guy with a overpower. So survival knife, overpower 7 to 3. I succeed, I'll do a damage and draw a card. And then at this point I don't really have very many options. It's like, what, after the Mythos phase? Yeah, not really any good options. I don't think I have anything in here that I could do a backpack again. Oh, I can't because I've already done all my actions. Yeah, I think we'll just take I'll do Twilight Blade and get out a Spectral Shield for 1 resource. Okay. Enemy phase, not going to do anything. Upkeep. Time for me to discard like everything. Get rid of get ready to delay the inevitable. And get rid of a dodge. Get rid of that extra resource. Okay. Mythos phase. 3rd Doom. Another perspective switch. Okay. And over here. Discard X cards. X is your memories. I'm going to do a you handle this one. I can't gain the resource though. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a ward of protection for this. Okay, investigation phase. Okay, so I'm going to start with Jenny. So the way the fully upgraded Red Clock works is after you decide to take the charges and then you add a charge. So what I can do now is I can just take the charge, which should give me a resource, but obviously Sacrificial Beast prevents that. But I can now add a charge back onto this to get +4, so I'm going to go ahead and evade at 8 to 3. And succeed, so he's now evaded. And then my last 2 actions are just going to be punching. 4 to 3. I only have 1 hidden card in my hand, so it does hit for 1 damage. And 1 more. Misses. Okay. I could have actually committed something from Diana to help with that, but that's okay. Speaking of Diana, let's get to work. So I can go, 5 to 3 against this? Sure. I'll go 5 to 3. I'll commit a Defiance. It's either that or I do B Cop first. How close are we to advancing? We actually are good for now. So you know what? I'm going to gain 2 resources, and in the last action, I'm going to go ahead and play out B Cop. I'll go ahead and use B Cop to do a damage to this guy. And then that'll be it. Yay, helping. So yeah, next round we should be able to finish things up. Enemy phase, nothing. Upkeep. At this point, I'm just going to discard the emergency cache. Upkeep. Alright. Reduce the resource I was supposed to gain. Alright, 4th Doom. Haunting Past. Okay, it's this thing again. 4 to whatever. I fail. It's going to be this one. Can't activate those abilities. Can't activate Lightning Bolt abilities. That's a little annoying. What I can do is I can do a Twilight Blade. Actually, I can do a Sacred Oath. And then put it in the basement. Okay, and then over here. Dark Reflections, Madness, Murderer. Okay. Alright, investigation phase. Again, I'll take the charge off this and then add 1. And then evade. 8 to 3. My memories is only 5, so it's just -2. I pass. You're now evaded. And then I'm going to do some smackaroonies. We'll attack. And Diana will commit a Defiance. and pass and do 1 damage. And then she'll try again, and as a lightning bolt, Beat Cop will finish this thing off. Doesn't do any damage, of course, because it is exhausted. And that should be it. Not bad at all. If there are no copies of your other self in play and at least 1 investigator is undefeated, you advance. Stealing the show. The other you falls down to the ground in defeat. You have finally vanquished your demons. The doppelganger cries out in defiance. You don't know what you are fighting within the palaces of Carcosa. After we freed the princess, we uncovered the true nature of Haster, and is greater than any one of us could have imagined. It is inevitable. You watch as your other self disintegrates into ash and dust and dissipates in the air. Resolution 2. Alright, not too bad. We are about to hit Agenda 3, which I think does a little bit of a twist as far as spawning a certain enemy, but I don't think we need to really worry about that. We may have missed some victory because of it, but I think it's fine. So good times had by all. We got a little bit of combat victory. We definitely whiffed on the randomized rooms. We got both the ones that had no victory on them, so we missed out on 2 XP, but that is fine. Anyway, a lot of fun though. I'm really liking this Ginny deck. Obviously, getting 1 million experience like right off the bat because of Dark Matter is definitely helping, but it's Clover Ginny is definitely a lot easier to make happen than Combat Ginny, purely because of Streetwise. Sacrificial Beast could be a problem, but depending on the map especially. But yeah, I'm liking this Ginny Barnes deck. It's actually kind of coming together. I definitely will still want to try a Combat Ginny in the future, but I think this one with a few tweaks can definitely be on top. The Honed Instincts are coming into play, as is the gold pocket watch. I mean, this right here was 6 extra actions, and then this was essentially another 6 actions between 2 characters. And then, of course, we also had the Ace in the Hole. So essentially, her by herself ended up getting like 12 extra actions. Well, actually, and that's not including the actions we got from Red Clock, which I believe only triggered once. So yeah, 14 extra actions is very powerful, even for a character with 3s in all their stats. All right, Resolution 2. With the infectious tumor that is the cultist consciousness finally ejected from your mind, you have unlocked that part of your memories that has been kept concealed by your other self. The ritual to locate the fragment of Carcosa. Without further ado, you quickly disconnect yourself from the virtual dreamlands and return to form in the Tatterdemalion, ready to confront Tassilda at long last. If at least 1 copy of Reminiscence Treachery is in the victory display, add a tablet token. We don't have any Reminiscence. We managed to we drew 2 of them. One of them we resolved with Ginny Barnes' evasion, and Diana managed to cancel it out with Sacred Oath. Yeah, Sacred Oath with Twilight Blade is actually pretty baller. I have no complaints about that. That works out really, really well. Yeah, good stuff there. We get Victory X, so it's going to be just 5 XP. Putting Diana at 6 and Ginny at... It's going to be 8 for Ginny, so it'll be up to 10 for her. Okay. And then after that, it's going to be Fragment of Carcosa. And I don't think we got any Doom, do we? If we had failed, we would have gotten some Doom. But yeah, otherwise I think we're okay. All right. Let me put a break here and spend out some XP. All right, 6 XP on Diana. We're going to go ahead and upgrade the remaining Ward of Protection to level 5 for 4 XP, and I'm going to go ahead and upgrade one of the Emergency Caches to level 3. It's going level 3 purely because it provides supply tokens, which I can put on the Super Space Cannon. So that's 2 XP, 4 XP, 6 XP in total. Good to go. As for Ginny, I actually have no cards left I can upgrade, so Down the Rabbit Hole is pure detriment at this point, but that's okay. I'm also going to go ahead and just drop the Lockpicks level 1s. I don't use them, so I'm going to go ahead and replace it with a Lola Santiago level 3. Thankfully, I didn't really waste any XP since I was able to upgrade this for free thanks to Down the Rabbit Hole, but yeah. This will cost 4 XP, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a Charisma. to get the extra slots so I can use both Lola and Dr. Milan, which will be good because that'll give me some more ways to boost up my book slot. And then also it will give me some ways to get clues using my money without using actions, which is pretty good. Also, more soak is always good. So that is 4, 8 experience in total. And leaves me with 2 remaining. As for what else I'm probably going to try to grab, I don't know. I could grab another Lola. There's also double, which I do play with event cards, but just not that many. Yeah, it could be useful for something like Ace in the Hole, I guess. It also, it unfortunately can't be used with Honed Instinct because it's limit once per round. So no luck on that front. All right, so that's everything. Cool. So we'll be diving into the Fragment of Carcosa. This one is kind of a puzzly one, so I'm going to have to probably spend some time trying to figure out what I'm going to do for it, because I am definitely going to try to get everything done on it. It is definitely a challenge to do that, so look forward to it. I am the Depressed Viewer. This was Arkham Horror, the card game, doing Dark Matter custom campaign with Diana Stanley and Jenny Barnes. I'll see you guys next time.